O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE-certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Hashtag no music, no intro. This is it, man. Week 18. We made it.
Oh.
I can't imagine what an NFL player feels like right now.
Bruh. Imagine being on Saints defense.
Tired, boss. We made it. Week 18. Final game of the regular season. Falcons, Saints. Not much need to be said. Late afternoon game. The 49ers will be taking on the Rams the same time the Saints are playing the Falcons. And it's simple. We talked about it last episode. The Saints beat the Falcons and the Niners lose to the Rams. They end. And they'll face the Rams in the first round of the playoffs. Like, it's as simple as that.
Point blank.
But you know, the Falcons beat the Saints earlier this season. And that was a game where, like, I just felt like it was just like old school Matt Ryan. There was like little pass rush. So we can't really even talk. Like, I'm going to be watching this game, watching the game. Like, I am not going to be, and I know, like, you know, Fox is going to cut in between, you know, the Rams and Niners highlights and things like that. But I just want this game. I want them to split with the Falcons and go 9-8. And if they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs. If they don't, if they do, they do good. Well, we live to fight another day. But you kind of tweeted it, man. The fact that this team has the potential to go 9-8 after starting Trevor Siemian, who didn't win a single game. You know, he came in and played relief, but he didn't win a single game as a starter. Taysom Hill, Ian Book, Jameis, like, the fact that this team has the potential to go 9-8, that's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Like, it really is crazy. Like, we really think about it, man. And that's not like with a talented offense. Like, I can see if, like, you just loaded as offense and you had all these quarterbacks coming in. I mean, the offense is horrible. Worst offense in the league, you know. Maybe behind the Jags.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's between the two. It's that bad, bro.
Because the Jags, you know, they do have a lot of turnovers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a horrible offense. So for them to just somehow get just with special teams, defense, not making huge mistakes on offense, that's just it's crazy for them to be able to do that, man. And, you know, it just goes to the mental toughness like we talked about, goes to, you know, coaching, just understanding the game, circumstances in game, goes a long way, man. So got to just give hats off to them just fighting, man. And they never rolled over at any point this season. You know, and they could have easily done. They could have
easily, bro.
Transition year, pack this shit in. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they just kept fighting game after game, snap after snap, regardless of the opponent.
Which has been huge. A player that I don't know if he's gonna play, but a player that might play on Sunday is Ryan Ramczyk for the first time in what seems like forever. He was a limited practice today at practice. And if he trends in the right direction, maybe he's playing on Sunday at right tackle. And then that kind of helps the line solidify a little bit. They did have some DNPs. Teron didn't practice today. Two first in practice. Yeah, Teron didn't practice. Two first in practice. Roby didn't practice, and PJ Williams didn't practice. On the flip side for the Falcons, again, we're recording this on Wednesday night, so players can practice or not practice, a lot between now and the game. So what you're hearing right now may not be accurate to when is actually game time. But like the biggest DNP, and Falcons only had 2 DNPs, but the biggest DNP for the Falcons is Kyle Pitts did not practice due to a hamstring. If you go back and watch that Bills game, during that game, like he pulled up. I don't know if it was a route or at some point in the game he pulled up and he didn't return in the game. And hamstrings are tricky. He's about 60 plus yards away from like surpassing like the tight end record, receiving record for a rookie. And if he plays, that's one of those things that like teams kind of go out of their way to make sure that the player gets it usually. Yeah. But if for whatever reason, if Kyle Pitts doesn't play, bruh, I need all hands on deck. Like Cordero Patterson, like I need him taking out the game, bro.
Just stop the guy, bro. Like what I need him got to do, man. Like
that first Falcons game, I was like, did they game plan for this nigga? Like,
what I'm saying, did they not see that this dude is the main weapon, man?
That's it. Like, I don't know how much the cupboard needs to be bare. If Kyle Pitts doesn't play, you got Cordell Patterson, Mike Davis, like Justin Gage, and Zach Galifianakis, bro.
Yeah.
The key is like, are you telling me like this defense can't stop that? Like those skill position players? Come on, man. I need the same Saints defensive line that bullied a Carolina Panthers bad offensive line. Falcons offensive line ain't good either. And if you watch that first game, you would have thought they were all pro offensive line. Top 5 in the league, bro.
That's why I don't care like what people say in the run up to this game. It's like, Matt Ryan not being protected. I'm like, yeah, but they some way figure out a way to protect them when they play the Saints. And it's like, the Falcons don't have no pass rush. Well, they sure do figure out how to pass rush when they play the Saints. So I just throw all of that out, man. It's a divisional game. Both teams hate each other. I know the Falcons would just love to kick the Saints out of the playoffs.
Love it, bro.
Could be kind of doing us a favor, but I know they. But they know, no Saints fan wants to lose to the Falcons. None of them.
They telling Sean to look at the flowers, bro.
Look at the flowers.
Yeah. I mean, and we, when things were trending very downwardly, at that point we were like, man, we don't want the team to make the playoffs. But now, like, not like 8-8.
That's like. Okay, when you hear, like you're picking in the late teens, whatever, man. It's like our first round picks are trash anyway. Like, who gives a shit? Like,
draft don't start to round 2, baby.
I'm just saying, man. If we're gonna go to the playoffs, at least do one entertaining thing and knock off the Rams. After that, I don't give a shit. Get blown out the next week. I don't care. But knock the Rams off. They could knock the Rams out and win the first round, bro. That would be a lit ass podcast. I want to record that podcast. You know what I'm saying? I want to record that podcast. After that, I don't give a flying fuck.
It's funny too, because like I was already thinking, like, oh shit, the Saints make the playoffs. The first game will be against the Rams. The Rams play in LA. The game's out here. Then I realized I think I'm going to be in Lubbock that weekend.
So you're heading to Lubbock, okay?
Yeah, spending time with the family again. So, what is that holiday? Whatever holiday we have where we get like a long weekend or whatever. President's Day? No, that's February. MLK Day.
MLK.
Yeah. So during that, if the Saints make the playoffs, their first playoff game will be that long weekend, and I'll be in Lubbock. And plus, I was thinking about it, like, man, if the Saints made the playoffs and played the Rams in the first round and they didn't win, that is not a game out. Like, no.
Man, just sitting there watching Matt Stafford throw some dimes and
Aaron Donald just abusing
just abusing just Ruiz. And,
no, bro, I would kind of like to see that and just record it, bro. And then like just create a whole bunch of like fake fucking Twitter accounts and just send them to Sean Payton and just see what y'all did.
What the fuck y'all did? But
focusing on the Falcons, we talked about the offense being bad. The Falcons' defense is not the greatest, but when you have a bad offense going against a bad defense, sometimes a bad defense can look a lot better when it's going against a bad offense.
Man, I just need Taysom to do what he did. Just be Taysom, bro. Like, don't turn the ball over. That's it. Like, we don't need to do more than that. Just don't turn it over, bro. If we don't turn it over and the defense plays well, it should at least get a chance to win.
Yes. The recipe and checklist is really that simple, bro.
You know? I mean, just don't turn it over, bro.
I mean, I will. It's been nice to see, and it's kind of it's late, but Callaway's growth as a player, and I don't know what it is. If he's just running better routes, he's understanding how defenders are playing him more. I don't know what it is, but like there's these last 2.5 games, especially, he's come on. He's looked like a solid, player who's maybe, obviously better suited for a wide receiver 3. And now he's kind of thrust into a role being wide receiver 1. He is going to have I don't know how the Falcons are going to play him. I don't expect, the Falcons to be like, okay, AJ Terrell, like you're going to be shadowing Marquez Callaway all game. But, that's a matchup that would favor the Falcons because AJ Terrell's been outstanding in coverage this season. But I'm just saying that
is Tre'Quan Smith still hurt?
Let's look at this injury report. I think he was a limited practice today. Okay. Yeah, he was limited today.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he was.
But it's TQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether or not he's there or not. But it's something. It's just something to add.
I will say, we might have to reconsider Tre'Quan being a green, bro. He might gotta go.
Yeah, bro, man. Listen, I'm just saying if he a green and Davenport a yellow,
I gotta move him to yellow, bro. I'm doing it. I'm doing it on air right now. Let's go change, bro. It was the defense. I know we talk about it a lot. And keep in mind, like, this is a defense that didn't have Marcus Williams last game. They get Marcus Williams back, which actually may be big because as of right now, we're recording this, PJ Williams, had an ankle injury. He didn't practice today. So getting Marcus Williams off the COVID list will be huge. But can we just I know this doesn't happen just because of the offense, but it would just be nice for there to just be like a game. Like, wouldn't it be nice? Like, this game is like the decision decided by like mid-third quarter. Like, where you just not like, what are we going to do? And then like, maybe you like, okay, let me watch this Rams Niners game, see, blah, blah. But I know the Saints, I know this team, and with an offense like this, no, bro, it's not going to happen.
No, not going to happen. I mean, it would take pick sixes, return kickoff. Hey, Alvin Kamara could go off at any point. He didn't play in the last Falcons game. Did
he miss it?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
He was out. He missed missed 4 games. He missed all Trevor Siemian's game, which is why I kind of not giving Siemian a mulligan because he was, he wasn't good, but it just sucked for him that the 4 games he started was the 4 games Kamara missed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Kamara, hopefully he could play well and, just go dogged against that defense. He should be able to. I know they're going to put I think Debo should be playing. They're going to try to
fucking headhunter.
They're gonna try to hunt him. Yeah, but use Kamara, bro. Like just saw it last week. Get him out. Stop running these stupid up the center runs. Eric McCoy, is he coming back?
Yeah, he played. Oh, that's right. He didn't play last week. Yeah, right. He's off. He should be off the COVID list, so he should be back.
Man, it's just a crazy season, bro. Like I don't even know what the starting offensive line looks like.
Right, because you asked if Eric McCoy was back, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, Will Clapp played center last game, bro.
Yeah, Will Clapp, Throckmorton, Jordan Mills,
James Hurst, and the healthiest player on the team, bro.
I mean, the first game of the season, Eric McCoy got hurt, and Caesar in there. I think somebody else got hurt, if I remember correctly. It's just never been we never had the offensive line where we thought we would have.
Right. Yeah, we didn't. And, Pete is kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy when you think about Pete having he's like the most expensive, at least as of right now, he'll be the most expensive Saint going into next season.
And I'm all right with that, man. I miss Pete, man. Hey, man, look, listen. Our run game was fine with Pete. Pete will pull out, and he'd get out there and, get a block or two, man.
Yeah, he will. He will, bro. Right. Anything else about like the Falcons or just anything about this game that really?
No, I mean, really, the real interesting game is the 49ers and the Rams, really. Like,
right.
Because honestly, the Rams have owned the 49ers for years.
Flipped. So
it's the other way around.
Yeah, since Kyle has become
that's it.
Yeah, since Kyle has become the head coach of the Niners, regardless of how poorly or how he has owned I think he's like 5-0 recent or something like that.
Yeah, on a 5-game win streak
against the Rams when the Niners are bad and when they're good. So the Rams are going to play. For Saints listeners listening to this game, the Rams are 100% going to play this game. Because it's for the division. Like if the Rams lose this game, and like I think if like the Cardinals win, then the Cardinals win the NFC West, and then the Cardinals get the home playoff game, and the Rams are on the road, right? So it's important from that aspect. So they're going to be playing. The only way I could see them maybe not playing fully is if, for whatever reason, if the Niners just start blowing them out like really fucking early, like at that point they just may pull their starters because it's pointless to keep your starters in if you already know you're going to the playoffs and you're not going to win the game. But it's going to be a fascinating game, just in the sense that like if you're just talking chalk and football, you would think that the Rams have the advantage, and for the most part, the biggest key of that game is the Rams wide receivers against the Niners secondary. Because the Niners secondary is shitty boo-boo.
Yeah.
Shitty boo-boo. Now,
Cup got a record he could break too.
Yeah, he does. The key to me of this game is which Matt Stafford shows up.
Exactly.
That's it.
So streaky.
If you get the Matt Stafford that like started like the first 4 weeks of the season, first 5 weeks or whatever, where he was just running rampant, that game could get ugly real quick. But if you get this last 3 games,
get the Stafford against Baltimore this past week. I mean,
we might as well pull up fucking YouTube and start typing in a name versus whatever, baby, because it's draft season at that point.
Hey, it'd be fine for me, man.
Oh, I'm good either way. I am good either way. But that's really going to be an interesting game. And then this is not about the game per se, but something that's so fascinating to me about the whole 49ers dynamic, right, is you have a head coach that didn't want to draft Trey Lance. Like, his guy was Mac Jones. And that's not me like spoiling anything or revealing sources. Like, Kyle Shanahan's guy was Mac Jones. He got convinced by John Lynch and like the scouts to sign on board with Trey Lance for, I guess, like, I don't know if it's more like Trey's was it his upside or his high ceiling. Maybe John Lynch saw like Patrick Mahomes, what he did to them in a Super Bowl, and was like, we need to get us one of those to be successful. You know people make moves when shit happens, man. Especially coaches in the NFL. And if you just the 49ers season, like, how do I word this? It just doesn't seem to me that like Kyle Shanahan is fully behind Trey Lance. I'm not saying on this podcast that he's like purposely doing things to like sabotage him, but I just
you can tell that's not his guy.
You can tell it's not his guy, and I'm not saying he's wanting him to like fail, but like if he doesn't work out, he's gonna be the first person to tell John Lynch, "I fucking told you so."
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that front office, just in general, is very fucking tense, right? Yeah. And it may, to me, at some point, it may get to the point where like John Lynch tells Kyle Shanahan, like, man, you got to get behind this guy and support him, and like just figure it out with him, because if not, like, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, but I mean, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are a package deal. Like, that's John Lynch is Kyle Shanahan's guy. It's not the other way around.
I know. I get it, bro. I get it, but like, you could just.
So who has the power here? You know.
It just feels very uneasy, like the power dynamic. It just feels, because here's what I'll say. I'm not saying Kyle was right, but imagine I could see Kyle going, fuck, the Patriots got Mac Jones. They in the playoffs, they 9-6 or whatever their record is. And for the most part, like, Mac Jones is exactly what Mac Jones was in college, bro. Like, he
is what he is, bro.
He is what he is, right? And with Trey Lance, like, going back to that Texans game, if you watched a little bit in that first half, he looks like someone who played at North Dakota State last season, bro. Like, and like, so in the second half, there was some splash plays. He had a great pass to, Debo, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder if Kyle thinks that he's really the guy.
I'll say this. I know Kyle Shanahan thinks he's not the guy this year. Because as soon as Jimmy G gets remotely healthy, he's back in.
Right. Like, they're trying to make, like, Kyle's trying to make it seem like Jimmy's going to play with, like, torn ligaments in his fucking thumb. Like, what are we doing? Like, just play the fucking rookie, bro.
Exactly. But if Trey Lance was his guy, he would sit Jimmy. Like, immediately. Yes. Oh, he's hurt? Boom. Okay, this is our chance. Get Trey Lance in there. So that just tells you right there what the deal is. And I think, Kyle Shanahan likes Jimmy G for whatever reason. I think he likes him, but he knows he's not the future. He's an impediment to the future of what they could be.
Right.
But it just is what it is. One thing that's just kind of been on my mind is watching conversation on Twitter, because this is a Saints Twitter podcast. Everybody's just talking about Saints quarterbacks. It's like I've been seeing conversations about, Taysom. Taysom, man, he's been, he has a good 4-2, whatever the record is. I don't even know what the record is.
What?
Whatever the record is, 4 games. Taysom's
no, I know what you said. I know where that's leading to.
I mean, not saying that he should be the starter, but they just be like, man, Taysom's been great. Or the reverse conversation is Jameis. These Jameis code out there. This Jameis code 5-2, 5-2. Jameis 5-2. It's like none of that matters. Like, this team had succeeded without real quarterback play all season.
Yes.
I mean, the highest rated quarterback, I know, like Greg Rosenthal does his little QB index. Jameis made it to like rank 21. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the highest mark. You know what I'm saying? So we've made it through the league with like negative 21st ranked quarterback all season. You know what I'm saying? And because when you evaluate the quarterback, it's hard to evaluate the quarterback without looking at the offense they're in. And the offense is horrible. It's been horrible all season. So we don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Taysom Hill, if you had Mike Thomas out there and another wide receiver and Jared Cook, somebody, you know, he would have looked better. Like Taysom Hill would have looked better. Trevor Siemian would have looked better. Jameis Winston would have looked better. And we just did not have that. So it's like when people just argue about the quarterback position, I'm like, why are you even talking about the quarterback?
Yes.
It's just like it makes no sense to even talk about it because the offense was a car with, you know, a car missing parts. You know what I'm saying? It was like a car that's, you know, the alternator don't work and the chain belt, something wrong with the chain, and you got a tire that's running low in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like transmission about to go out. Like that's the kind of car we was driving this season. So don't even judge the driver, which is the quarterback. Like you can't even put too much weight on it. We know the Saints need a real quarterback going into next season, whether that's a draft pick, Russell Wilson, whether that's bringing back Jameis Winston, who, you know, is a quarterback that I think can rise with the talent around him. Probably not a franchise quarterback. I'm pretty sure he's not a franchise quarterback.
Probably like right in the middle, like that.
Just that 20th to, you know what I'm saying? That kind of, if you just give him weapons, he can give you top 15 quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even more than that. More than that. If you just flood him with weapons. You know, but, you know, he's not a guy that's going to elevate, you know, the offense around him like crazy. He's just not. But he does have talent, and he will make plays for you. I was looking at a couple of the big throws he made to Deontay Harris early in the season. I was like, man, that sure is nice.
Missed that.
Missed that. Damn, that was nice seeing that. You know?
It's funny we talking about the quarterback position. It's gonna be a conversation that's gonna dominate this podcast between now in April. 5 of the 6 top quarterbacks going to be at the Senior Bowl. You got your boys going to be at the Senior Bowl at the end of January. I was just looking at flights, but just before we started recording, and like I remember I asked you this a couple of days ago. Just casually brought it up. Not that I've heard anything or I'm piecing anything together, but I was just like, would you take Kirk Cousins as a Saints quarterback? And like you would say yes, but it was so begrudgingly.
Because he's so frustrating, bro. Everything about Kirk Cousins is frustrating.
Yes, this is true. Like him as not even football, just him as a person, just annoying. Just him
as a person, like just an annoying person. He's frustrating. COVID shit, just like. It's like, you know, I don't think I want any part of it. And I respect him. I probably respect him more as a quarterback than a lot of people.
Yes.
You know. But God, man. I just, you know, I guess shoot higher than that, man. You know what I'm saying?
One of the most we're on quarterbacks. One of the most fascinating things I think that's going to happen with this offseason is I'm 90% sure everything's going to play kumbaya in Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers return. Unless their first playoff game they get beat. Then I think some things look dicey. But I don't know, man. You know how shit happens in playoffs, and like if they're the number 1 seed, they have that first round bye. Whoever they play in that first playoff game in round 2, if they get like beat decisively by a team, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but like the Green Bay defense hasn't been anything to write home about, right? So if they got beat, like imagine this. And I'm not saying it's going to happen because this is like every Saints fan's wet dream, right? But imagine the Saints get in the playoffs and we somehow can beat the Rams. And then we got to go to Green Bay and play them in the second round of the playoffs. You think the Saints defense is going to be scared of Aaron Rodgers after what they did to him?
Hell no. Boy, that Saints defense will be lit. And DJ Gardner-Johnson will be fucking lit out his mind, bro.
And I'm just saying, like, we talked some shit about Taysom, but Taysom in Green Bay and it's cold, like, Taysom running, like, you don't want to tackle that, bro. Don't want to do it. So that's like the wet dream, right? But like, let's say it's the Saints, or let's say it's some other team, right? Whoever it is that faces Green Bay in the first round after they coming off that bye. If the Packers get beat like decisively and it's not like really a debate, no, bro, that could change some things. That could change some things. I'm just saying. But that's not even the point I was making. The point I wanted to make was the future of Jordan Love.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating to me.
I think he out of there. Like
he gotta be, man. He has to be.
Well, I think that's gonna be Aaron Rodgers' thing. He's gonna be like, "Look, I'm back, Green Bay. I'm not going anywhere." But Jordan, you gotta go.
Gotta go, player. Non-personal, bro. But can't do it.
And he didn't really, Jordan Love didn't really like make it hard. He got the one start.
Bro, he looked like, I get it, but like that, he looked like Ian Book out there, bro.
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, bro, you set for a year for this? This was your time.
Yeah, man. And like, even if your career's not being Green Bay, like maybe if he went out there and played really well against the Chiefs, like another team, maybe even like the Saints could have been like, oh shit. Okay.
Oh yeah. Exactly. I remember when Aaron Rodgers was backed up for Favre and Favre got hurt during a game. I can't remember who they were playing. Maybe Cowboys. I think it was a primetime game, and Aaron Rodgers came in there and he was making some throws, but I was like, damn, this little dude, I didn't know nothing about him. Like, I didn't follow the draft that year, nothing. I was like, damn, dude making some nice throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, that's really all it takes. It's like, NFL teams look at that. It's like, ooh. Nice
all they need is a little tease, bro. Just a little tease.
And I didn't see that with Jordan Love. I was like,
man.
Ugh. I was like, ugh.
Big gross. Can we let's really quickly talk about the whole Antonio Brown thing.
Oh, Lord Jesus have mercy.
I am not one to defend Antonio Brown. I am not an Antonio Brown fan. But all I will say is that it seems like in this specific case that he was right, bro, and he was done wrong. Like he didn't practice all week, almost all week last week leading up to the game because of his ankle. He tries to play on Sunday, and then basically kind of taps out because he can't play. Bruce Arians tries to make him go on the field and play on a bum ankle, and AB's like, Coach, I can't do it. And Bruce Arians like, well, if you ain't gonna go out there, like, you're done. You're not a Buck anymore. So AB was like, okay, say less. He clocks out during the fucking game.
Clock it out, baby. I'm out.
And I don't know if they're trying to do this in terms of like withholding his pay, but the fact that the Bucks haven't released him yet.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
That's crazy. That's crazy. But man, I don't know. I am so torn because I am so done with AB, bro.
Done with him, bro.
So done. I'm so done with everybody just jumping for him, like, oh, mental health and this and that.
Oh,
and he very well can have. He very well can have a mental problem. I ain't saying that.
I don't think.
I'm just saying dude has not earned a lick of trust. A lick.
None.
He did the same thing with the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. posted his feet like on that, on IG with blisters on him and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not saying he's faking an injury. I don't know. He could be. I'm just saying I understand. Like, fuck Bruce Arians, first of all. I don't give a fuck about Bruce Arians. He's a piece of shit, in my opinion. But I'm just saying, I can understand not believing AB. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Bruce Arians, I can understand be like, you full of shit. Like, you out of here. Because obviously, it built up to that situation. Yes. Not like this. The motherfucker lied about his vaccine. Motherfucking fake vaccine card. Like, bruh. Like, come on now, man. That ain't mental health. Like, a fake vaccine card, like, that's pre-planned shit. Like, that's... The motherfucker threatened his rape accuser over text after she
came forward.
After she came forward. Like, fuck that dude, man. Like, I can't get behind him. But that doesn't mean he might not be right in this situation. You might be right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I'm saying? But I'll stand out of it. I looked at this. I'm just staying out of this.
Just staying. Okay. All right. Speaking of pieces of shit, I'm gonna close. Getting close to closing the podcast with this. Where's Deshaun Watson gonna play next season? Do we care?
I mean, I was telling my coworker today, it just makes sense to Miami, right? It
does. Miami makes a lot of sense. Philly makes a lot of sense.
I just lean on Miami because the owner is in it.
Yeah.
So once the owner is in it, it's like it's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
Unless Deshaun Watson's team says no, but he doesn't really. It's not like he has to pick and choose.
Well, I mean, he has a no trade clause.
Right.
So yeah, so he essentially has to sign off wherever he does get traded. Speaking of, let's stay in the AFC South. I gotta give kudos to Jack's Twitter, bro.
Yeah.
gotta give kudos to him, bro. As a fan base, they said we are not gonna stand for this shit. Like, yeah, you got rid of Urban, but yet you try to keep fucking Trent Baalke as our fucking GM with his fucking track record. And the entirety of Jack's Twitter has started this movement of like the clown thing, and everyone in Jack's Twitter has a clown avatar. They're going to show up to the game on Sunday all dressed as clowns in this huge movement to get Shad Khan to basically not retain Trent Baalke as their GM. And basically, like, if you're gonna like start anew, bro, like don't bring in a head coach with the GM already in place. That's a recipe for fucking disaster. And it's Trent Baalke. Like, can we not, like, bruh, it is ingenious. I love it. And this is like when the fandom stands for fanatical. Like, this is 100% fanatical, but I love it because they fed up, bro. It's like us when it comes to the draft, bro. Like,
yeah,
fed up.
They got every reason to be fed up too.
Every reason. Like, I was listening to one episode of the GM Shuffle, and Mike Lombardi was going over like the win percentage of the Jags since they've been a team. And it was like 29 or 26% in like the last 10 plus years. Bruh. I was like, God damn.
Man. And it's so hard to fix too, because I like to sit and think about teams like that. Be like, what would I do to fix this damn team? And it's so hard, man, because you need a GM and a coach that's on the same, wavelength.
You do. So the rumor right now, if Baalke is still in place, was that the Jags may be looking at Bill O'Brien, which, if you keep Bill O'Brien away from personnel decisions, I was like,
it's not a terrible decision. That
might not be the worst thing for Trevor Lawrence, man. I give Bill O'Brien gets a lot of heat, well-deserved heat, because he just makes awful personnel moves, and he may not be the best person as well. But like as a football coach, especially with quarterbacks and grooming quarterbacks, and it could be worse. I'll say that. It could be a lot worse.
No, people blame it because it's Bill O'Brien. And you know what I'm saying? And I get it, but Bill O'Brien got pride because he was the GM Bill O'Brien.
Yes.
Because he wanted too much power, and he didn't understand that he was best served as just being a head coach, bro. Be a head coach. That's all you need to do.
Sean, hope you're listening, buddy. Hope you're listening.
Hey, listen. Sorry.
Just saying. I will say as we're wrapping this up, so the plan is the first first day of the Senior Bowl is the 31st of January. So if you're a listener to the hashtag Saints Serve podcast, we want you to I would say to our email or to our DM, send us any questions, maybe things you want us to look out for while we're there. Please keep in mind, this is Ryan and my first experience at the Senior Bowl. So we're going to be, like that RoboCop meme, that GIF, bro, he just getting lit up. Just we're going to be all over the place in just terms of sensory overload.
Sensory overload, bro.
But we will try, so anything that you guys send in, y'all send in. I'm not promising we're going to get to every single thing. Like, oh, there's this receiver that's from this school. Can you let me know what his footwork is like? Stop. Like, no. Like, not going to be able to do it. But we will try to answer as much questions as we can. We will be extensively. I mean, I'm going to be there 2 days. I think Ryan's going to be there too. He may do another practice during the week, but we plan to hopefully be able to look as much as we can at quarterbacks or wide receivers and at linemen, bro. We'll split it up, but just in terms of what the Saints need team-wise, those are the big things, and tied into a lesser degree that stands out. If we see Saints officials kind of chatting up with some players and talking up some players, because it happens at the Senior Bowl a lot. We'll for sure make mention of that. Write that down, report it on the podcast. So regardless of what happens on Sunday, the draft is starting to get right around the corner. It's actually in 3 months, which is wild. And we did an exercise last year and we plan to do it again this year, where we took all the data of players in terms of measurables that have been drafted, that the Saints drafted from 2006 till then, to 2020. And then we matched those measurables with upcoming prospects from the draft. My girlfriend did this extensive project because she works with stats. And if we go back to that list, every player that was identified that fit the Saints criteria measurable wise by position was drafted by the Saints. Every single one. So in that wild, it was very predictive and to their types of prototypes, what they look for. It's crazy. It was on the money. So we plan to do that and explore the list a little, explore that list in these next couple of months. So I know even if the Saints don't make the playoffs, it may seem like there's like a low or dead, but don't.
We working, baby.
Yeah, plenty of work to do, because just like the Saints offense, it needs to be redone. We gonna make sure. If we gotta show up on Airline Drive with T-shirts with the 2020 draft class on it, bro.
I'm serious, man. I'm about it, bro. Come on, Sean. I'm gonna make Sean see me. Bro, come on, man. Don't do this.
I don't think Sean gonna be at the Senior Bowl. I don't think Sean gonna be at the Senior Bowl.
I don't think he go no more. He don't even go.
No, he don't. But Jeff Ireland, and hey, NFL announced some stuff. If y'all talking to some prospects about some things that isn't savory, teams could get fined and draft picks. Jeff Ireland, you listening, bro? I need you to keep those questions about moms being prostitutes. That's out, bro.
None of that.
That's out. Clean it up. But I think we covered it all. whatever happens on Sunday, it happens. Knowing the Saints is going to be it's going to be in some type of fashion that hasn't happened.
Some Saints shit is going to happen, bro. I don't know what it's going to be. These Saints losing or the 49ers losing or flip-flop, I don't know.
Saints and Falcons go. The Niners will lose and the Saints and Falcons will tie or some shit like that. I don't know, bro.
I just have a feeling both games are going to be tied well into the fourth quarter.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh. Do not like. But it is what it is, man. I will speak about this in the recap episode, but I know we probably have a lot of LSU listeners, but I wanted to bring it up. We wrapping it up. But Joe Burrow.
Hey.
And what he's done for the Bengals, Jamar Chase. Like I texted you this like last week after the second Ravens game, I think it was, and I just said, like, Joe Burrow is just a perfect example. And sometimes you just can't, like, sometimes a player may not have like insane traits, athletic traits, but like when you watch them, they play football, you just see it. And I can't make it tangible. Like, you just fucking know it when you see it. That season Joe Burrow had at LSU, he had it, man. Like, you just saw it. And I know he got kind of knocked because it was like, well, you don't got like a rocket arm, blah, blah. But he had it, man. And right now he's playing like a top 3 quarterback in the league, man. Ooh. Like, where now the conversation is like, I remember the conversation there was no conversation when the season started. Like, everyone was taking Justin Herbert over Joe Burrow.
Oh, no.
Now, that's a debate, bro.
No, yeah, it was no question. I remember me and Greg talking on this podcast, talking about, his arm strength and all that stuff. Wasn't his looking kind of little, the issue was like, ooh, I'm on the ball just not coming out right sometimes,
Because that was like the training camp reports before the season started.
Training camp, nobody catching passes, This shows you, bro. Like, we don't know, bro. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So even though we gonna report to you from the Senior Bowl, don't take our word for shit.
It won't mean nothing.
But Joe Burrow playing like a top 3 quarterback. Jamar Chase is playing like a top 3 wide receiver, man. Like, it must be nice.
Bengals Twitter podcast, baby. Here we go.
Who they, baby?
Who they?
All right, we gonna get out of here. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Be safe. COVID's everywhere. Like, I think maybe I have COVID right now. I think I might have COVID right now, but because I got tested on Tuesday, but because everywhere you go was like overwhelmed with tests, testing, like, you can't even get the results the next day. So you gotta, like, there's a delay in getting the test results. So by the time I might get my test results, like, the quarantine portion of we're not supposed to be quarantined might be over already, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, bro. I went and got my booster yesterday, Publix. Took 15 minutes. So, folks, just go out there, get that booster, man. Go get it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Go get it up. Raise up your tolerance. Doesn't mean you might not get it. You still might get Omarion, but you ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go to the hospital. You ain't gonna take all this time from work or nothing like that. You get a little scratchy throat, a little runny nose or something, and you bounce back the next day, So go get your booster shot if you can. And just try to, wear your mask if you can. And just be careful. Just be careful, man. It's crazy out there. But I'm hoping, just looking at the data, I've been looking at the data real closely. It's taking like the cases are basically a vertical lineup.
And then it's like a drop.
Yeah, like I think it's going to hit its peak within the next week. And then you're going to see a precipitous drop, which is what I'm hoping. We don't know.
Right.
But I'm hoping you just see a precipitous drop in cases. And if you look at the deaths have been about flat.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I know like social media hates to talk about like positive things in regards to
don't they, bruh? It got to be doom and gloom all the
it
time.
got to be doom and gloom. We're going back into lockdowns. You know, everything. We could be on a positive trajectory. Could be, maybe not. I don't know, but we could be. So, like, just take that, man. Help. At least for me, that helps my mental health. Like,
Right.
So let's just hope it just works out. You know.
We gotta get our.
It's 2020. It's 2022, motherfucker. Like I'm done with this shit, man. Like
it's wild, bro. It's wild. It's absolutely fucking wild. So take care of each other. We gotta get our girl Dr. Lindsay Mitch on the podcast. Her Titans probably have the number 1 seed in the AFC, bro.
Fuck all that. I just want to talk. I need therapy, motherfucker. Help me. Help me.
Help both of us. That said, we probably gonna need some after Sunday for sure, but we'll do that together. Thanks everyone for listening and supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the game on Sunday, whether the Saints win or lose. It's all good. We're here for you. Give y'all some laughs, get you through it. And with that, we're out.
Peace.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.